Lessons learned from the superstorm. That is the focus a year after Sandy struck with devastating force. Ebru's Derricke joins us live now from New York City with a look at what is being done to keep vulnerable areas safe. Derricke?
Well, Logan, there are already barriers all over lower Manhattan, the section of New York City that is the most low-lying. Barriers like this one that do a good job stopping traffic, but do little to stop the flow of water. Well, now there's a new plan to build waterproof barriers and gates all over the area so that another Superstorm Sandy doesn't flood this area out. Superstorm Sandy exposed just how vulnerable New York City is to a catastrophic storm. The hurricane's winds and storm surge inundated most of lower Manhattan with flooding. And now, a year later, there's talk of waterproof barriers and barricades to keep buildings in the area dry.
Can't they do something more high-tech?
Property owners are, according to the New York Storm Safeguard company Pressray, maker of commercial-grade waterproof storm gates and barriers. The company confirms they've been contacted by corporations at the New York Stock Exchange and by officials at the World Trade Center to one day build barriers against the kind of massive storm surge seen during Sandy.
Something needs to be done, of course, yes. But how they're going to do it is the question.
Well, if they block traffic, that would be a problem. If they work but they're not too intrusive, that's probably a good idea.
So far, the only barricades and barriers in place are not waterproof. Instead, they simply stop traffic, adding to the gridlock so many New Yorkers complain about.
And so I don't think it's going to work.
But construction foreman Mario Russo disagrees. He says when a storm is on the way, barriers like the ones from Pressray that are in place either around a building or those that work like gates that literally seal off an opening from flooding will be a company's best defense.
Yeah, it's better to do this job to protect the people.
Russo says whatever the inconvenience, storm barriers will go a long way to prevent the kind of devastation seen from Sandy 1 year ago. And the plan for these waterproof storm barriers and gates is still in the early stages, and it will largely depend on individual companies and property owners making the investment. The cost will vary depending on how low-tech or high-tech these waterproof barrier systems will be. Reporting live in Lower Manhattan, I'm Derricke Dennis. Ebru News, back to you.
All right, Derricke, thank you so much for that report.